my lovelies, how are you today? This is Patrice D'Evans, and yes, this is me on my Ayurvedic Girls channel. And as you saw in the description, I'm going to be talking about Tessica Brown, and of course everyone knows she's the one that used Gorilla Glue on her hair to do her hairstyle. But before we get into that, just want to welcome you. Welcome to my channel. Once again, my name is Patrice D'Evans. If you knew me because of my other channel, named after me, Patrice D'Evans, definitely go over there sometimes and check out some stuff. But yes, I've decided to bring myself over my hair stuff over here to Ayurvedic Curls, which is the company where I sell my growth oil and all of my other products. So definitely, if you're interested in any of the products, let me know. There should be a sale coming out really soon, so stay tuned for that. But what I'm here to talk to you about is the Gorilla Glue incident with Tessica Brown. So I first of all want to just say that wow, the moment that was sent to me, way before it was all over the place, it was like last Friday, my friend Camille sent that to me, and I looked at it and I thought, oh my goodness. And then I didn't know what Gorilla Glue was, but then I saw her face. She looked scared, like almost like claustrophobic, like, oh my gosh. And I thought, oh, this is awful. And so being the empath that I am, and very, sensitive to other people's pains and prayer, I literally spent the weekend praying for her. And nothing was out there. So I was like, is this real? Whether it's real or not, I'm going to go ahead and pray. So then I started seeing other people say it. I'm like, maybe this is real. So maybe I should talk about it myself. So it is. It turns out that it is real. If you're new to this, I don't know if you've been under a rock. So Tessica Brown, she used Gorilla Glue on her hair as an option because she didn't have her got-to-be glue with her that she usually uses, and that's a glue that people use to hold their wigs down, but they also use it for their edges, I believe. I didn't know people did that, but looks like they did. I want to tell you what I think of that and why I believe she did that. If you are not in the black hair community or the natural hair community and you don't understand black hair, this is a great video for you to know why anyone would do something like that. What would bring someone to that point is what I want to tell you at the end. But first, I want to pay some respect to her and just say that if she's hearing, or anybody from her family is hearing, she is a person. She had a dance troupe that she's got going on. She does a daycare. I was looking at her stuff, and she seems like a lively, colorful person that's very fun and outgoing, and I love that. As you can see, I love being colorful, nails and all that, and I believe she was God-fearing. So she seems like a really pleasant person from what I saw on her Instagram, and she's a mother, and so there's so much more to her than just Gorilla Glue, so just know that. And I just want to take a minute to pray for her before I tell you, if you're new to the black hair community, what was going on there and why would a person go and do that, okay? So Lord, please bless, my Heavenly Father, please bless her where she is right now. I just pray that you just reach out your hand and just make a miracle happen for her, that she's able to come out of this healthy and not having any serious damage that could affect her mind and her ability to hopefully grow hair again. And whatever your will is, Lord, please make sure that she comes out of this being able to glorify your name and know that you made a miracle and that she made new friends and it brought people together for a similar cause, and that you were magnified in this. And it wasn't about the glue, it wasn't about the silliness of the things around it, but it was about something serious that happened to somebody and how you were able to bless her. Please bless her in Jesus' name, amen. So I just wanted to say that prayer with you so that you can remember she's a human being, and this is serious and it's scary. So if you're brand new to the black community and the natural hair community, and if you are a part of the natural hair community, I've been saying this for a while, and I just want to make this clear. The reason why someone would even use this for their hair, or it can go this far, is because there's something in the natural hair community or the black hair community which is called slaying and laying. My husband's white, so sometimes I give him like terms to learn about the natural hair community. He knows about porosity and all that stuff. So if you're new and you don't understand it, I want to give you that term. It's called slaying and laying your hair. So what that is people that are not African American, or people that are African American that happen to have hair that's mixed with another culture, or because in the African, if you're pure African, our hair is naturally more kinky, coarse, dry, and it shrivels up very easily, and it's what we call shrinks. And when we don't have anything on it, it just turns into like an afro, and we get it all over in our hair. That's how our hair is. And so as we get mixtures in our cultures, there are certain parts of Africa where that's not the case. But the majority of African textured hair, that's what that means. Kinky, some coily, kinky hair. When we started to blend in slavery or throughout our history of being blended with other cultures, we started to take on other characteristics of our hair. So some African American people may have natural hair that lays down like that. We used to call that baby hair back in the day when I was younger. So I have natural baby hairs that sometimes I'll comb it or whatever. And that's because I do have a blend of different textures in my hair from the white, the Native American, and I think those are the only two. And so that mixture did make my hair kind of a blend of all those cultures. And so if you don't like it and you're African American and you don't like to admit that, then this is perfect for you. But so that's a fact. That's true. That's biology. That's nature. So what we have in the natural hair community that I'm concerned about, and I've talked about a lot even with myself, is that we have had this something imposed on us where our kinky curly hair or kinky coily hair is not good enough. It's ugly and we don't feel pretty enough. And no matter how much we work hard to embrace it, there's always that pressure, and we've come a long way. And so for many years in my life, I wore fake hair for most of it. Not just fake, but I lightened it more and more and more. And it was great because it worked and it made people not as scared to embrace me from the white community. This is the European pressure put on us. And it's trickled down into where we are today. So today we have people who are boldly natural, showing whatever curls or kinks they have. They're keeping them tamed as best as possible so that, they could work or whatever. But they're loving it. And I've finally got rid of my weaves and took care of my natural hair, fell in love with my natural hair, but I realized that what we're seeping into in the kinky curly black hair community is something called body morphology. And I felt like I was starting to feel that, where when I took the weave out, I didn't like my hair anymore. And there was good reason for that because I wasn't taking care of my hair underneath it. But I knew there was more to it, that even if I did take care of my hair under it, I did not love my hair, okay? So I did not love it. I did not give myself a chance to know it, love it, or anything. There's been a movement, if you're white or from another culture, we've had a movement of that, of African American people or people of African descent embracing their kinks and coils. It's a whole industry. It's something that we've been doing here on YouTube. Now, in that world, there are different variations of what we do with our hair. Some of us went back to perming it. Some of us went back to putting fake hair in. But now I do it because I'm really protecting my natural hair, not because I'm in love with the fake hair. And I wasn't going to put this in my hair ever, I thought. But I knew that I was healthy enough mentally to put this in my hair, as long as it's not hurting my natural hair, which is what it was doing before. Body morphology, in my opinion, as it relates to the black hair community, is when you start to, you're not just doing it for looks anymore. Now you're hurting your hair or yourself to look good. So I've been talking about that for a while for myself. And what I believe happened here with the Gorilla Glue is that we are doing so many things, saying it's just laying and slaying, which means I'm laying down my baby hairs. And slaying would mean I'm making it so silky and shiny that you can't see any kinks. All you see is silky hair. And so that could be mimicking the Hispanic community, the Indian community, or the white community. Whatever it is, we're making sure no one sees any kinks right in here. And what that's done in the black community is that we've lost our edges, we have issues with our edges, and we've done it so much that we harm our edges. Sometimes we get alopecia and things like that. The other way is sometimes we put on a wig and we put a wig on our hair. Now this Got2b glue usually is used for wigs. So you put on a wig, and so that the front does not look fake, we try to put a glue in there. So we decided, now we've been learning in the natural hair community how to do it healthy. So the healthiest glue that's been out there that I know of has been this Got2b glue. It's not real glue, it's really hairspray, but it works so well for laying down the weave. Now we don't just lay down our weave. Of course, we have to slay and lay. Okay, so so that isn't a black hair community thing, and so I never really cared for it too much myself, as you can see, because you can see kinks here. I love my kinks. I love my curls kinks. I don't mind frizz. I love curls. This was supposed to be way curlier, but I already spent my money, so I gotta make it work. And I have something called a protective style. I'm taking care of my hair under it. It's not just fake hair anymore for me today. And I feel like I'm healthier and healed after 7 years or so of going natural without putting fake hair in my hair. I feel like I'm in a place where in order to take care of my hair at this point, I need to do it. I need to protect my hair. So that's like a whole thing if you're brand new to the black hair community. So my complaint, or my concern, or PSA to the black hair community is that this is an example of us going so far to try to look good, or to hide our kinks, or to look like a different culture, usually European, that we're hurting ourselves. Way before Gorilla Glue, doing the lay and slaying is not good for our hair. Putting it all over your head is not good for your scalp, your pores. It is not good for you. That's when we seep into the body morphology, where I'm going to hurt myself to look different from myself. You know, this goes from having different color eyes. You know, you can have fake nails or fake hair or fake boobs or fake nose or whatever. When you start to hurt yourself, clog your pores on a regular basis, pull out, your hair's falling out, you got something wrong with your nails because you're putting fake nails on in a way that's dangerous to your nails. Your nails need a break. When you've done something to your eyelashes, or you've done something to your skin, when you've gone to a point where you've hurting yourself and you are hiding who God made you to be so much that we now don't even know who you really look like, you're seeping into the body morphology. And what happened here may be an example of someone who's kind of playing on that edge of body morphology. My kinks weren't enough. My natural hair isn't enough. There is a way to look beautiful and natural and still look cute without hurting yourself. Wherever that line is, that sweet spot, you got to find it for yourself. But I've always been saying that on my channel and on my other channel too, Patrice Evans, and I want to bring it here too, that's what happened here. This is what happened. If you're wondering what happened, there's nothing wrong with her. There's nothing wrong with me or any of us. We have actually been, this is what part of systemic racism. We have been trying to assimilate and be a part of the world. We're trying to be amicable. We're trying to be friendly the way we've been taught to be. Don't be so offensive with your big lips, big butt, big hair. So we're trying not to be offensive. So on the one hand, we can pick on a person by being that way when it comes to the black hair community and say, look, you're trying to be something you're not. But on the other hand, it's so heavy and so painful to not get a job or to not be accepted. Or for me as an actress, I stopped getting roles once I went natural. My agent didn't want to work with me. I had another agent that said that they were scared of me. Like, how do you work for me? This is real stuff. So there is somebody on YouTube that said that they don't believe it's body morphology because of that extra thing, that we have a unique pressure put on us. And it's still here. And even though we're trying to do better, we are still feeling the pain. So somebody like her or me or anybody else, while we could fight the power and do it, you still got to get a job. It's a reality that you're facing daily. You are judged daily. Who knows if you're going to be judged by law enforcement or by doing anything based on the fact that you don't look neat. And that is a very neat hairstyle she did. In fact, she tried to go as neat as possible. So she took the laying and slaying, and she didn't stop here, and she did it all in her head, because that makes it very neat. She has a little business. She maybe is big now. She has things she has to survive in our world. And what happens is, in reality, is we're literally treated better when we do it. So we're really, as African Americans and people of color, have to make a decision that we're going to fight the power and lose and be treated a certain way, or hide fighting the power by putting fake hair on or slaying, laying, or whatever the case is, and get jobs and get smiled at and get treated properly and get people letting you in. There's another layer of that, but within the black hair community, where there's just a sub-community of people that like to just lay and slay. They like to wear lashes. They like to wear contacts. They like to just kind of do what they call doing the most. And that is a sub-community of the African American hair community. And so she may have been in that sub-community, but it's still within our community. So I just wanted to let anyone know, outside of our community, they're like, well, why would anybody even think to do that? Well, it's a gradual, it's like she thought my husband got it. He figured it out. She probably thought she got a hack. She found a hack on how to lay and slay better. What happens in morphology is that you start off doing it, and then you get lost in it, and your judgment is not good because you don't realize what you're doing. You're so focused on getting that outcome that you're not thinking that you are ruining your body to get that outcome. You know? So there are a lot of celebrities who have done it. and that you look at them today and they've ruined the structure of their face. They've ruined something that's in their bodies, and they have health issues because of it. So this is an outcome of systemic racism, of assimilation, of trying to make it, trying to survive and be accepted and beautiful, of course. So it fits into all three: the regular beauty problems that we have with image, and the systemic racism that's put upon us, and body morphology is when those two things have gone too far where you're hurting yourself. Okay, so these are fake nails, and I just put press-on them. They don't look that great, so I compromise that because I don't want to hurt my nails, and because I don't want to. You can also hurt yourself financially with body morphology. You spend so much money. I did that for years, spent a lot of money. No matter how broke I was, I'd figure out a way to wear a weave because I couldn't wear my hair. I didn't know how to take care of my hair, and I wasn't ready to do it because I had built that brand. Because I'm not willing to perm my edges and to hurt myself, this is how it's going to have to be. There's some frizzes in there. I don't mind. Good enough for me. I'm not hurting myself, but I'm helping my hair and taking care of it. So that's my 2 cents. I love you all so much for staying on. And God bless you. Stay tuned for this Valentine's Day gifts. We're going to be doing some sales, so stay tuned for that. And I'll be posting it in my community and on both channels, and I'll be definitely getting in touch with you or putting it in a little video, okay? I love you all so much. I hope this helped anybody who doesn't understand why anyone would get to this point to begin with. What was she doing? I don't get it. It's a cultural thing, and we love her and we feel for her, and it's just a deeper issue for me, and that's another reason why it's upsetting to me, because I know she was innocently just trying to be beautiful, trying to be accepted, and I could just see this joyful spirit. And it's just a colorful person like I am. And she's like, I just want to be fun. I want to have fun. I want to look pretty. And I want to be accepted. And I don't want to be offensive. So God bless her. And I know God's going to bless her. And there's going to be a miracle. But I hope we learn that that many of us are already hurting ourselves way before we get that far. And so please let the line be a lot earlier. Okay? I love you all. See you next week. Bye.